Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, politicians are still not finished. The Senate still has to vote, and the Senate has got until the end of the weekend to do the vote. So, you know the drill. They are going to be pushing it right to the end of the week because they need to fluff up their egos. They can't make those decisions before the last second. That would eliminate drama, and they need drama. Anyway, so yesterday we have an inside bar, but we also have some tails to the upside with selling. So crossover of the oscillators pointing down. Trend is up for all intents and purposes on the 8th hour. We have broken through a few key levels, which is a little bit worrisome if you are looking to be long. So this is the one level that is fairly important. That's 41.82. You can see there. That's a level that we broke through to the downside, broke through to the upside, and now we've closed to the downside, but now we're back up above it. So nevertheless, it is something we need to pay attention to. I just want to get onto the monthly. So we obviously first day of the month. Nothing really scary just yet, except for this. And this is what a lot of the perma bears are focusing on. And you'll see lots of people posting charts on what happened in the Great Depression and the housing crisis and all the big crashes that we've had. So they're all seeing similar setups, but the data's not pointing to that. Anyway, just from a technical analysis point, that could very well be a flag, but it could also be a flag break from the other side, and that is kind of like that. If I take that one there, so that could be a channel break from the other side as well. But anyway, so the monthly looks like a bit of a hanging man, could be a hanging man, could be the start of a megaphone, it could be just a green bar. Is an ever so slight higher close, monthly high, so it's a new monthly high basically at close. So anyway, too much confusion there to actually read into it. And if you look at the weekly, we had a hanging man here as well, but now it looks like we've got an engulfing. So from a weekly perspective, we do have grouping of the oscillators, but we have a crossover here of the moving averages, and we've broken through. So it does bode well to anticipate a bigger move to the downside to come and find some structure. However, I just want to get this weekly level in here because that is the closest weekly structure we've got, and then we can start looking at let's just put that diagonal in as well. That's not really going to mean much, but the reason why I want it in is if you just have a look here, it's a big channel, and we broke through it, we came back and we tested it, but we tested it with a gap up, so could very well be another second retest of this area. Okay, so that's the macro view with the start of the new month and the week coming to a close. We start looking at the 8th hour. We've been going sideways with a series of higher highs and higher lows. So this here, and we've put the level on the top, will give you a shorter term channel to the upside. Now, trend is up. We're not going to debate that at this stage. Even on the 3 hour, the trend is up. But we are now in amongst the moving averages here, and we're in amongst the moving averages with an inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. So this is just confusion. It's basically a little range that's forming, and we're not sure which way we're going to be going. Okay, now that just explains why the politicians, the politicians are still have got a role to play in this whole setup. If you're hearing a lot of noises, that's little Luna who's trying to get herself comfortable and she's cold. Okay, so dropping to the hour. Now, yesterday was pretty much a day which looks like trying to keep it above the moving averages, but moving averages have dropped, crossed over. Oscillators are not giving us much at the moment. We just come and close the gap, but this is starting to look like a bit of a reversal, looking for the next level. So that's why this level comes into play. 41.46, 41.50 area definitely would be a take profit area for any shorts that you may get today. And I say may because this is looking, just going to do this. So look to the left, look at the structure here. We dropped below it into the close, and we rejected it with a pin bar. We rejected it with another, I'm not going to call that a pin bar, it looks like a bit of a range bar, but we've got buyers coming in. So up and down here in the Asian session, which is typical. But if you look at the moving averages here on the 15 minutes, we are below them. So the simplicity of what we're seeing at the moment is trend is down at the moment. We've got a crossover. We are hovering on the 155. So it is a fairly strong indication that the trend is down. If we drop down to 50 minutes, which is what you'd want to be trading, is we are down at the moment. Hindsight being the perfect science again, if I put my levels in here where the cursor is, you can see there was my rejection, big engulfing bar. So that would have been my short setup. First target was here, then a pullback. Where's the next bit of structure? You can see there's the next tail, big engulfing bar, entry below that, stop above it, and moving to the downside. Anyway, so there were definitely shorts on offer yesterday on the 15-minute, and I suspect you're going to get more on offer today. So there's a lot of noise about the Senate at the moment not passing the debt ceiling or raising the debt ceiling bill. So that's where this confusion is coming in. Okay, so for me, I think it's a little bit better than what we're seeing on the Dow Jones. Dow Jones I'll leave alone. This has got a trend, and the other one that is interesting for me is the DAX. I think the DAX is also looking like a reversal of sorts. So we're looking to see what kind of rejection we get here. At 41, let's just call it 4100. If I move that to 4100 or 4200, let's just call that 4200. So you've got this zone here that you're looking to reject, and just on the hour, you can see there is a series of lower highs here around this 4200 area. So definitely pay attention to whatever you see on the left here as a potential rejection area. If you start swinging above, where would we be? Let's just do that. So if you start swinging above these two swing highs from yesterday, and that's at 41.98, let's just round that off to 4200. So if you start swinging above 4200 and you start building a base there, that's going to be a trend reversal on the 15 minutes and probably a continuation. Bear in mind, the higher time frames, the trend is up, so that would bode well for a continuation of the bigger trend. But the 1 hour is kind of in no man's land at the moment. We've got a crossover, but we are in amongst the moving averages, so we could just also bounce inside here until we've got a bit of data coming out later, so that could also impact us. But personally, we are waiting for politicians, so be very careful. I think the DAX is offering a little bit more than what we can see, but these swing lows here are very important to pay attention to. And then the last thing here, just to really confuse all of us even more, is we have what could be seen, I'm just going to take it from there, we have what could be seen as a, do that, at the flag. Okay, so we have what's seen as being a big move up, healthy pullback flag, or could very well just be channel like that. I think channel is probably the better one, but it's a very weak channel. There's only 3 touches on that. So that's why I say this level here is important. 41,200, you get it back above it, you build a base, it's long again. No two ways about that. If we reject something in between 4,200 and 41,89.90, then we are continuing to the downside here, and you're going to be picking up what you see to the left here. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view for today. Can go either way. Just depends what noise comes out of the politicians. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.